I think this just speaks for itself right now. Hello, everyone. So, I've been talking about a lot of historical mods recently. So, I figured it was time to talk about Hyrule Total War. Now, some of you might know I'm a pretty big Nintendo aficionado. I even had I even have some YouTube videos scripted in case I ever wanted to talk about Nintendo stuff, but that would probably be on a different channel. But in any case, one of my favorite, uh, games of all time definitely has to be Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and of course Breath of the Wild, as well, and Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons. Those to me are some of the most classic games of all time. And there is, of course, a mod for Medieval 2 where you can play as all of those factions from The Legend of Zelda. Now, it's a very creative campaign, I have to say. Like, it's not exactly what you might think, right? It's a very different sort of campaign. So, and you've got everyone here. So, I don't know what timeline this is supposed to be in for Zelda, but you've got, Twilight Princess factions. You've got Wizrobes. I hate Wizrobes. You've got Huskus remnants. You've got Kokiri. You've got the Deku tribes. You've got Moblins, Stalfos, Shika, Ikana, and Gerudo. The Zora, you got River Zora, you got regular Zora, you've got Gorons. So, and you've got Hyrule, of course, led by Princess Zelda. And besides the campaign, which is a very unique sort of campaign, I'll show it in a bit. You've also got the Hyrule Historia battles. So they're like historical battles. So you've got the Demise of a Goddess battle, which is ancient Hylians against the Moblins. You've got Rise of Ganon, Ganon's Gambit Moblins against Kingdom of Hyrule. It's really interesting, I have to say. You've got, all these different eras, the Gerudo Wars, the battles from the Twilight. I didn't play Twilight Princess, so the Twilight stuff is a little bit out of my purview there. But let me showcase some of the aspects of the campaign here. So you've got, let's try out the Kokiri. Of course, there's the famous quote here, "You must die," from Ganon. If I'm not mistaken, I think that comes from the Philips CDI game, the second one, if I'm not mistaken. I forget the exact name of it. But there were a couple of official Legend of Zelda games on the Philips CDI, and they are famous for being not good. Okay, so once you start a campaign, you get this mod is full of a ton of lore, like an absolute ton of lore. And there's a whole bunch of information about the Kokiri. And then you have, you start out with a few provinces as the Kokiri, just like most of the factions do. So you've got Deku Tree's Grove, Bendo Grove, and the Sacred Forest Meadow. And I have to say, the music in this mod is really, really pleasant to listen to. I mean, Legend of Zelda music is really good, really pleasant. And yeah, this mod, no different. It's music from The Legend of Zelda, music inspired by The Legend of Zelda. So really good. So the settlements are not very well built up at the very start. You have a couple of buildings. You can recruit just a couple of units. But for most factions like the Kokiri, so you've got the Kokiri Battle Grove here, and it gives you the ability to recruit a whole bunch of different type of units. So slingshots, emerald archers, grove watchers, right? And of course, oh, I like the grove watchers. They're armed with that wooden shield Link gets at the beginning of Ocarina of Time, right? And then yeah, so let's go for the Kokiri Battle Grove and the Deku Tree Grove. Let's go for let's go for the Battle Groves because we've got to recruit a whole bunch of units now. So I'm going to recruit some Deku Trees. That's a unit I've never used, but it looks like a nightmare. So at the beginning, you'll notice you don't have any agents, you don't have any armies. So you'll see, you'll get armies via a script at the very beginning. So I'll show you in just a moment. So let's recruit a general. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I can do this turn. So I'll show you what happens at the end of the first turn in just a moment. So you can see here, at the end of the first turn, you get a ton of notifications. And it contains a whole ton of information about all the factions. So if you don't know anything about Zelda, this is very useful because you can learn about all the lore. But there's so many: Gerudo, Goron, Zora, Kingdom of Hyrule, Ordona Province, Lanayru Province, Moblins, Darknut Legion, Lizalfos, Labrina Regime, False Goddess, Ghosts of the Past, Incompetent Empire, Dead Rumors, Sorceress of Shadows, Ambi, Vakat the Winged. There's too much. Honestly, there's just too much. And it's also, of course, you'll notice information on important characters as well. So Princess Zelda is authoritarian, genocidal, just like the Princess Zelda in Ocarina of Time. That was sarcasm. But in any case, yeah. After that, so that, like, this is where I recommend you save the game when you start a campaign, because like I recommend starting a campaign as every faction, getting through that whole list, and then saving so that you don't have to load a whole new campaign and get all of that every single time. So as you can see, we've got Korak Warriors and Saria, General Saria. And I don't know why she has this trait. I don't like it. Not one bit. But in any case, she's a good fighter. So I'm going to send her to the east here. And you can see this map, everything is pretty much changed to like a Legend of Zelda style. So we've also got the Great Deku Tree, the Saint. And we've got everyone's favorite character, Mido, from Ocarina of Time, of course. So, of course, I'm going to send the Deku Tree to Mido. And I'm going to send him to attack these rebels in the east. Oh. No enemies there. We just occupied it. Well, that's good. But in any case, when I did a test campaign here, there was an army there, but I guess it changes. But in any case, we're going to move Saria to the east here. And yeah, we have units we can recruit now. So we've got the general recruiting in Deku Tree's Grove. Now we can recruit a Kokiri detachment in Bando Grove. I'm going to construct a village settlement, and I'm going to construct another village settlement in the Sacred Forest Meadow, along with another Kokiri detachment. Because if I'm going to conquer Hyrule, I need as much firepower as I can get. So the Deku Tree is now under attack by praying mantises. The Huskus remnants. So we're gonna sally out. The Great Deku Tree is gonna crush Tamako the Harsh. Okay. So as you can see, the Great Deku Tree is something out of nightmares. Like he looks way different compared to how he looks in Ocarina of Time, at least the way I remember him. But I think he will lead us to victory. So we've also got our Kokiri troops, you know, just standard troops. And we've also got Maido with his Kokiri detachment as well. There he is, blocking the path as usual. Now, where's the enemy? Let's get the Deku Tree out there. Let's get Maido out there. And let's get this party started. Let's see how the Deku Tree moves. That is a nice animation, I have to say. It's very interesting. This is not how I would have imagined Legend of Zelda Total War. Something about this strikes me as not being officially Nintendo sanctioned. And as you can probably tell, pathfinding in this is a little bit of a nightmare. So let's get our troops out there. Where are the enemy troops here? I see them. Okay, so Maido, we'll get him out there. Let's check out the enemy army. Yep, those are nightmarish. It's like a bunch of scythers. Yeah, the pathfinding is a little bit funky here. But I mean, there is a giant tree just lumbering around everywhere. Oh, I should slow this down, sorry. All right. Oh, there are Huskus priestesses, huh? And Huskus knights. So, Deku Tree. The Deku Tree has an ability, Forest Lord, drains enemy stamina. So let's fire. Come on, Deku Tree. Don't let me down. Get over there. Oh boy. Okay. Can we get them to rout? Come on, Kokiri, fight. Fight your hearts out. I think this just speaks for itself right now. And this is what Medieval 2 Total War modding is all about, I have to say. Oh, Mido is dead. Well, is that a picture of Zelda getting slashed by Ganondorf? This mod is doesn't hold back. Okay, so the Deku Tree has absolutely crushed the warrior cast. So now Deku Tree, go get those guys. It's almost like he's eating them. And there we go. Of course, in true Gudea fashion, my general had to die. Well, our Minutemen are actually fighting pretty well against these knights. It's kind of weird hearing the Kokiri yell in like the standard medieval 2 Total War voices. Yeah, so the Deku Tree is basically pest control right now. Okay, Deku Tree. Oh, they're not routing yet. Interesting. Their knights are fleeing. That guy is scary. Wow, this warrior cast will not rout here. Okay, get our Minutemen around the back. And charge from the flank. Okay, come on, only a couple of enemy troops left there. I think they're done. Come on, get him. And there we go. Okay, Deku Tree, time for a final charge. Go get him. Yeah, the Deku Tree is definitely quite bloodthirsty in this mod. This would have made Ocarina of Time quite the horror game, that's for sure. And there you have it. Absolutely crushed him. Okay, No, the Great Deku Tree does not ransom enemy soldiers. Mido died bravely. But in any case, yeah, that's Hyrule Total War. I guess I will load up a historical battle quickly here. I'll just save this as a Kokiri test. I'm going to load up a historical battle here. I had actually just been testing the campaign a little bit because it's so interesting to me. But let's go for this is Ancient Hylians. So let's go for Royal Retreat. No, actually, let's do On Thin Ice here. Why not? I just like to see what some of these historical battles entail. Everyone knows I'm not a huge historical battles guy, but I am curious to see what these Hyrule historical battles are like. I have a feeling they're not going to resemble the flashback cutscenes from, I don't know, Breath of the Wild or Ocarina of Time or anything. Okay, so we've got this informative video here with some Ocarina of Time music. I think we'll... Oh, we have to watch this? Okay. I've always found it funny that in the mainline games, you see troops around at times, but then there's never like a battle, right? Like there are battles in a couple of those newer games, like Age of Calamity and Hyrule Warriors. But like in the mainline games, you never have those battles where it's like you fighting alongside troops. At least I can't recall that. Oh boy. Yeah, this looks like something out of, or something related to Twilight Princess again. Yeah, again, can't skip this cutscene, it seems like. Okay, so it seems like all I had to do was press the escape button, but I didn't figure that out until afterwards. Okay, so we've got some Sheikah assassins. We've got some Sheikah monks. And who else? Ah, Zelda herself with her truth bearers. Where's Zelda? There she is. She looks a lot more intense in this game. Okay. Come on, Zelda. So we've got some blood wizards here. I'm not sure I remember what blood wizards are. But I'm going to send them up on the wall. Can these shadow cannons fire? Would be nice. Okay, our shadow cannons are firing. Sounds like fireworks. That's interesting. Oh, okay, we're doing some damage. Sheikah interrogators, huh? Okay, so I'm going to send our Sheikah assassins to block the gate. And the Sheikah monks behind him. And we'll support him with as much light infantry as possible. I guess Zelda can't come down from that citadel? Maybe she can, I'm not sure. Okay, so our troops have engaged with these bokoblins. Oh, so there's Princess Zelda. That's good. And our shadow cannons are doing some good damage. Oh, that big guy got direct hit. Oh, there are a lot of enemies coming from that right flank. Perhaps I should fire on them from the side here. I'll send some monks to reinforce them on the right. So then at this point in the battle, the Knights of Hyrule come into play. So it's kind of like a Minas Tirith type situation. And that's nice. So they did destroy the gate. But we have them surrounded. Hey, that flag bearer turned into Benny Hill for a second there. Let's surround him again. Oh, another cutscene. So again, the way to skip those cutscenes is... Oh, I won. All right. So yeah, anyway, that was pretty cool, actually. So as you can see, Princess Zelda inflicted 75 casualties and only lost 3. The Blood Wizards inflicted quite a few casualties. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting, I have to say. A very, very well-developed mod. The campaign is definitely very creative, as are the historical battles. I think they were able to translate The Legend of Zelda to Medieval 2 Total War pretty well. It's pretty interesting. I might do a playthrough of this at some point. But, you know, as a big Legend of Zelda fan, I'm interested in this mod. It's very cool looking. It's very cool sounding. I have to say the soundtrack is very well done. Um, very well put together. As is the art, and the units look pretty interesting too. And the animations, it's all very well done. So I'm very surprised that this is that good. Um, I mean, like I said, there are tons of issues. The pathfinding is very odd in settlements, in some of them. Uh, some of the bigger units, like the Deku Tree, I'm sure, you know, it doesn't quite look right, if you know what I mean. But I have to say, the locales, the battle maps, the campaign map, it all looks great. So, in any case, I hope you enjoyed this sort of overview video of Hyrule Total War. Um, if you'd like to check out this mod, you can find it in the description below. If you're interested in me doing a Let's Play of this mod, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you're interested in the historical Total Wars and their mods, consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. I'll see you all in the next one.